Good day everyone, welcome to today's section. Today we are going to talk about a famous case in the history of Nigeria. This case is between Akinwale versus Oluwo 1962. We are going to use the arose method to analyze, diagnose and emphasize on this case. Now let's talk about the issue to that case. The issue was that whether the payments made by Akinwale to Oluwo constitute a valid and sufficient consideration capable of creating a legally binding contract for the transfer of land. Now, what was the rule to that case? The rule was that for a contract to be enforceable, there must be consideration, which is something of value exchange between the parties. The law does not require consideration to be adequate, but it must be sufficient in the eyes of the law. What was the application to that case? The application was that Akinwale claimed that he had made payment to Oluwo as part of an agreement for the purchase of land. The defendant later refused to complete the transaction and argued that the payment made did not constitute sufficient consideration for the contract. The court examined the nature of the payment and the intention of the parties to determine whether the agreement was supported by legally recognizable consideration. What was the conclusion to that case? The conclusion was that the court held that where payment or another form of value is given in exchange for a promise, it may constitute valid consideration. If the consideration is sufficient, the agreement may become a binding and enforceable contract. Thanks for being part of today's section. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.